Hello and welcome to another episode of Tabletop Universe. Today we're going to be doing a new thing called D&D Daily, where we will go over magic items daily. These will be items ranging from different types of rings to some specialty holiday items to like wands and staffs, and this will all be homebrewed. We may also go into creating battle maps and monsters, but we'll see how it plans out. So today I'm gonna explain to you how I make D&D items and how it can be simple. So first thing you want to do is pick an object item that you want to do. In my case, I chose the Philosopher's Stone, which if you don't know, they won't age and they can't die of age. So, once you have your item picked, whether it be from a TV show, movie, book, you're going to think of all the attributes that this item has. And so I chose the Philosopher's Stone, which is the gift of immortality. Next step you're going to do is you're going to want to take a look at the effect you want it to do. In this case, I said you can't suffer from old age, and look at previous D&D builds. For instance, I looked at the Oath of Ancients Paladin, where it has you suffer. I looked at the wording, which was you suffer none of the drawbacks of old age, and you can't be aged magically. That helps it stay consistent with D&D's rules of wording, so that there's not loopholes to be broken by characters. So once you do that, um, you gotta have to know kind of the wording of it. So I did that, copied that straight from the Oath of Ancients Paladin, and then I added this extra bit. If you become unattuned to this item while your age is higher than your lifespan and your race, you must roll a Constitution save with a 13 DC, and every day you stay attuned for DC goes up by 1. Every 5 years past your race's natural lifespan, the DC is raised by 1 also. This is uh, this is kind of how the D&D is worded. I am not a professional at making items, figuring out the wording, and also, as you can see, I really am not good at like seeing what rarity, what type of item, or whether it should include attunement. But I thought this Philosopher's Stone should require attunement because it's kind of you're partnering with this stone, your life with your stone, and connecting it. And the reason I wanted to, if you become unattuned to it, that you have a con save, is if that it's not that powerful then, because especially if you have you want other magical items attuned to this, this is more of a setback, but it'll continue to let you live. Another thing I forgot to add is the what happens if you fail the DC. So, for example, the wording could be on a failed save, because that's a commonly used phrase in D&D. So on a failed save, the target receives 10d10 damage, or half on a successful save. So that's a commonly used uh, wording. I don't know if 10d10 damage, that's quite a lot. I'm going to put it at 5d10 damage. And then we also need to state that every day after the lifespan, you have to keep repeating the save. So every day over your average lifespan, you must make the save. And so this is, again, not really what a D&D wording would be, but this is to prevent you from just unattuning to it, and so that your character can't just be 3,000 years old and walk around like it's fine. It's a preventive measure from you just saying, I want to live a normal life. So it prevents you from just saying, oh, I'm not going to attune to it today. I'll only take damage one time. No, you're going to take this damage every single day. So then we need to include a part about like what happens when you're reduced by your damage. So if this damage reduces your hit points to 0, and also another commonly used phrase in magical items and just magic and wording in D&D. If this damage reduces your hit points to 0, then you die without making any death saves. So this is again a preventive measure from you just coming back after being revived from this damage. And I'm going to add another stipulation is only a wish. Let's italicize this because this is a spell name. Only a wish or greater restoration spell can bring you back. So this is what I do, or the process I go through when I'm doing a magic item. It may be completely different than what you do or you want to do, and that is totally fine. One thing that you should do is make sure it works with D&D's wording. I know I've said it a lot, but it prevents loopholes from being accessed, I guess. And so this is not. I spent maybe 5 minutes on this. This is not going to be exactly up to code, I guess you could say, with how D&D works. But this is just a quick build that I plan on doing every single day. And I will come back probably at some time and revisit this to polish it up. And you can do that too. That is perfectly fine. In fact, it's actually better for your builds because especially once you test it, you may find you need to add a extra rule or stipulation so that it's not broken and it's more balanced. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing, giving this video a like, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Thanks. Goodbye.